Tonight, 11 Alive News investigates, uncovers gaps in the way Georgia compensates first responders injured in the line of duty.
Just hours ago, a bill set to help headed to the governor's desk. 11 Alive News investigative reporter Savannah Levin shows us how some people who put their lives on the line are unable to keep the lights on.
It was just a perfect storm of situation.
It's been 9 years
There were so many fires going on.
since wildfires tore through North Georgia.
The fire actually burned underneath the fire breaks, underground.
9 years since Kimberly Vandewalker, a Department of Natural Resources employee, was called in to help.
Can we stop for just a second? I need to walk around. So on and so forth.
But her physical pain remains after the ATV she was using to fight the fire rolled, nearly taking her life.
I felt the bones in my back break and knew as it continued to roll that my back had broken.
A broken back, crushed arm, concussion, puncture wounds, and seizures, compounded with her realization that Georgia state workers' compensation only pays 2/3 of an injured worker's paycheck with no taxes taken.
Was that enough to live on?
No, I mean, my salary wasn't enough to begin with. I moved into a friend's basement.
And we found Kimberly's story isn't uncommon. In 2023, Henry County Deputy Daniel Pasiadli's case caught lawmakers' attention when he suffered debilitating injuries after he was shot in the line of duty. A county fundraiser was held to cover the rest of his normal paycheck.
It means the difference between them putting food on the table.
State Senator Emanuel Jones started asking questions, learning Georgia has an indemnification fund, which pays out to first responders injured on the job, but only if they apply.
There was other funds that he could tap into that no one knew anything about.
When 11 Alive News investigates pulled records, we found the fund has paid 6 officers injured in the line of duty since 2022.
If they know on the front end that if something happens to them, we're not going to take care of them, why would they ever want to go work as a first responder?
State Senator Brian Strickland joined Jones in sponsoring a bill named after Deputy Pasiadli, which would have the fund automatically pay out to officers injured on the job.
They're getting notice of this fund. We're expediting the process.
Have you ever heard of that fund?
No. It blows my mind to understand that that fund exists, to know that that could have helped way back when.
But even if that bill passes, we found there would still be gaps. While most first responders, including police, EMS, and firefighters, can benefit from the fund, it does not explicitly include DNR workers like Kimberly.
We probably should look at expanding that in the future for other first responders.
And as it stands now, the proposed bill would automate access to the fund for law enforcement only.
Is it going to pass this session?
Oh, absolutely.
But despite unanimous support in the Senate, the bill never made it past crossover day this session.
Sometimes a bill that everybody's for can be harder to get attention on.
When your house is on fire or being threatened, by a wildfire, don't you want to know that somebody's coming? But then when they get hurt, nobody's there to help put Humpty Dumpty back together.
And like the flowers starting to grow from a once charred Georgia landscape, Kimberly knows healing can only come so fast without help.
This is bigger than me.
Savannah Levin's 11 Alive News investigates.
And again, with a little more than 24 hours left in the legislative session, we have learned tonight that bill has passed and is expected to be signed into law by Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. Right now on 11 Alive Plus, you can watch our Behind the Investigation breakdown about the fund and how state employees who have been hurt may qualify even years after an incident. Download 11 Alive Plus on your TV and watch for free.
All right,